J. Will, give us a closer look.
So in the first half, it was a foul because it's the verticality. So, and I talk about this as it relates to the Zaza rule. The verticality, he's not lunging forward on the shot. So as he goes up, okay, right there, right? Go back just a little bit. Sorry. Come back. Boom. Verticality, right? Straight up, straight down. He's not lunging any way here. He's not doing any of that. And then when he comes down, the landing space, this is where it is a foul. Klay Thompson is actually in his landing space. That's where you could have a Kawhi Leonard situation from 2 years ago. Correct. You agree with me, right?
I 100% agree.
Okay.
I'm just waiting.
All right, so that should have been a foul. They missed multiple of those in the first half. Second half, as it plays. Now look at how the verticality changes. Shot goes up. Watch how it goes. Now look at this. That's the verticality, right? That's no longer verticality. Look at the angle on that. It's pretty much like he's laying on the beach in the lawn chair. Let me put a hat on him and put some glasses on him so he can relax, okay? This is not a foul in this situation because that's the right call, and he's lunging his feet into the player. And this is how the game breaks down, guys. Let me get that tape. So this is what's becoming my frustration with this whole scenario, okay? I was watching the play, finished breaking down. I'm gonna put some tape on the floor. Excuse me for 1 second. We're gonna back this down. So Greeny, this is what's happening. Okay. I'm gonna bring an all-district defender out here. Ryan, okay?
There we go.
So we're talking about verticality, okay? As he's defending me. So verticality here. I
Don't
jump
do that,
up,
Duke stuff.
I come down here, okay? That's verticality, pretty much. Let's say my shooting, what constitutes a landing zone? Say this is my landing zone now. How do you defend that if my landing zone is here?
I'm going to show you how.
That's how you're telling me now.
Wait.
All district defender.
So this is how you're telling me now you get to play defense. If Ryan Clark is right there and I go to shoot.
No, but Jay, this is not what we're talking about.
That is what we're talking about. We're talking about his ability to take advantage of the rule.
Jason, Christopher, listen to me.
I love when you call my full government name.
Listen to me. We're not talking, I am personally not talking about that last call. We are all in agreement that that is not a foul because of lack of verticality. But when you don't get those calls in the first half, what is the first thing that you do? You exaggerate it. You start to exaggerate like, yo, I'm not getting this call. So if I'm going verticality straight up and down 3 different times and I'm getting put on my butt, the next thing I do is like, well, they're not seeing it. Maybe I need to exaggerate. That's where you get the Chris Paul doing this. That's where you get a person jumping in. If I'm getting the call,
why does everybody have to flop and exaggerate for calls instead of shooting the basketball to score?
You're telling me that James Harden is not a mastermind at flopping his body into the defender and creating a different landing zone.
He's mastered the rules more than anybody.
This landing zone is 2 feet.
But that's fine. That's not what we're talking about. The issue is in the first half.
But we already agreed on that.
We already agreed
on that.
But this is what I'm saying. We're not talking about the extra part. That's fine. In the beginning, in the football season, did a quarterback or did the defensive players know what a sack was?
They did
They're
not.
like, what's a sack anymore?
Right.
Because it's the same thing. Once the rules change, it's up to players to adjust to them. And all I'm saying is in the first half, if Klay Thompson has multiple foul calls, if James Harden is getting that call, then there's no need to exaggerate like there was in the second half.
I understand, but we agree on that. Why do you keep arguing that?
Because I don't like you.
That's fine that you don't like me. That's fine that you don't like me. All I'm saying is that James Harden has had a history of creating different
manipulating the rules.
And by the way, when you extend it, all I'm saying, it's a major issue for the NBA to address.
Yes.
Because what constitutes a landing zone? A landing zone can be here, or a landing zone can be 2 feet.
That's not a foul. If your landing zone is there, is a foul. If that's not a foul. It's simple. Second half, not a foul. First half, 3 different fouls.
So you're saying if I land here, Ryan Clark,
it's not a foul.
If Ryan Clark lands here,
not a foul.
If he lands in my landing zone, they're not going to call that a foul.
Not a foul.
That's wrong. They will call that a foul. They've called a foul multiple times. I will find tape to prove that to you.
Listen, at some point, this is what happens when teams are as busy as they are trying to figure out how to manipulate the rules and manipulate the officiating. You wind up in a place that it becomes almost impossible to get it right.
Good defense.
That's very well done.